What is going on? If you are a beginner and you are just looking into this business model, then this video is for you. This is what I see rank and renters do and make mistakes as beginners time and time and time again, and what you can do. And if you're prepared for this, then you can avoid these mistakes as you're beginning your journey. Let's go ahead and dive in. I made a little slideshow presentation, go through it with you guys, and I hope you enjoy. All right. So this comes from a private mastermind group that I have that's completely free. And if you'd like to join, then there's a link in the description below for a free private Facebook group where I do trainings just like this every single week with other community of members who are starting out in rank and rent, digital real estate, lead generation, whatever you want to call it. And we go through and I teach them all the stuff that I'm learning on the front lines as I've already built a multi six-figure business and I'm on my way to building a seven-figure business. And these are the mistakes that I see beginners make all the time. And so what I wanted to do was make a video to show you guys these four things and so that you know what to avoid. Now, before we do that, we're going to read this quote by Mr. Grant Cardone, which if you are looking at this business model, you probably know who that is. And if not, go look him up. He's brilliant, very, very smart businessman and investor. So Grant says, the speed at which you can take an idea or yourself and market it will determine how successful you're going to be, regardless of whether you have a product or service to deliver yet. Okay. And the reason this is important is because so many people in the beginning, the rank and rent business model can sometimes, be overwhelming. There's so much information to learn. It's like a fire hose of information. I mean, the course that I offer to people, it's over 60 videos and it's a lot of stuff to understand. And so people sometimes put it off by getting in the game and publishing their first site or running their first round of Google ads, whatever it is, closing their first deal, because of whatever reasons. These four mistakes are going to go into that. So first mistake I see people make is that they're unprepared for what lays ahead. Okay. Now, here's a quote from Tony Robbins that we've probably all heard, that business is 20% mechanics and 80% psychology. And so what happens is a lot of times people get pitched this rank and rent business model and they say like, oh, you don't have to sell anybody. Okay. And here's a little catch 22. Until a sale happens, you don't have a business. Okay. All you have is a project. All right. You do not have a business until you make a sale. Okay. So you are unprepared for what lays ahead, which is oftentimes talking to business owners and how to talk to them and what to say and all that kind of stuff. And so when you or you're unprepared for when your first client cancels, or somebody takes leads for you for free and then they don't sign up, or whatever it is, you're unprepared for it. There's a lot of other things as far as like support from friends and family. That's a big one for a lot of people. They think that like now that they've started this side business that everybody's going to be excited for them. And the number one mistake that entrepreneurs make is that they think that because they're excited about a side project or a side business, that other people are going to be excited for them as well. And then the minute that somebody on your parade and makes you feel bad or whatever it is, because or they start talking poorly about you because you're making them look bad by not having the courage to do their own thing, then you get totally derailed and unraveled. Okay. I run across this all the time with beginning entrepreneurs, is they don't know what lays ahead. And it's no different in rank and rent. Okay. With my experience in venture capital and working with startups. Okay. This is a huge thing for startups, is they don't know what lies ahead, and they have this amazing product or this amazing team or whatever it is, and they're raising money for it, but they don't know what lies ahead. And that's where the general partners at the firm, and I've been able to see a lot of those things have come into play, is teaching them how to navigate those things that a lot of people don't understand. And a lot of it is the mental side of business. It's not the mechanics, it's not the systems and processes, it is the psychology of what is going on between your ears when you wake up every day and have to face the limiting beliefs, face the demons every single day. I promise you, with every new level that you achieve in your life, it does not go away. All you are doing you're becoming stronger to deal with it at every new level, but it's still a challenge every single day. Next one, not enough repetition. Okay. This is one of the biggest things that I see people fall short on, is they They don't do enough repeating to master the skill. Okay. Like first you have to acquire the knowledge, then you have to go put it into practice and do it over and over and over and over again. Okay. Quick little story on this is when I was in high school, I was a baseball player when I was a freshman. Okay. Then I wanted to start playing golf. Now, all I had done was just dick around with my buddies and at the golf course. I had never played and focused on the sport full time, right? And so I literally went to the golf course every single day for hours and hours and hours and hours with one of my other buddies who loved to practice just as much as I did. And we would hit shot after shot after shot, chip after chip after chip, putt after putt after putt until we mastered the game of golf. And then I got down to a scratch golfer in less than 2 years, right? There's the whole 10,000 hour rule. Some people believe in it, some people don't, but there is no disputing the fact that repetition equals mastery. And if you do not repeat the skill set enough, you will not learn it. If you are trying to sell a business owner and you do not make enough offers and get enough business owners on the phone, you're never going to hone in the skills that you need to sell people like clockwork, right? So have to get down the repetition. It's not enough to just acquire the knowledge and watch YouTube videos like this. You have to go put it into practice. Okay, number 3, not enough emphasis on selling. This is huge. Like I said earlier, if you do not sell, all you have is a side project. Okay. If somebody asks you about the business that you started and you have not sold a business owner yet, I'm sorry, you do not get to call yourself a business. You are a side project owner. That's it. Okay. This is only a project until you make your first dollar. All right. And it took me forever to make my first dollar in lead generation. Okay. Because I did not put enough emphasis on selling. Once I knew that my back was up against the wall and that I had to go out and do it all myself and that nobody was coming to save me, that's when my business exploded and I built a 6-figure business in less than 6 months at that point. Okay. Now there's a lot of building up to that, but until I put the emphasis on selling, I didn't make a dime. And then here's a quote that I like: how you sell matters, what the process is matters, but how your customer feels when they engage with you matters more. Okay. If you want more sales tips, I've got another video on that, whether it's rank and rent digital real estate or whether it's anything. There's a good sales video. I'll put the link at the end of the video and you can go ahead and watch that video and get the 3 questions that I use on every closing call. And I've sold everything from software to solar panels to small to medium sized business lending to raising capital to my digital real estate rank and rent business. Okay. So put an emphasis on sales. And here's something that one of my mentors told me once upon a time is that in order, and this kind of ties into the last point, in order to become a master of something, right? In number 2, in order to become a master of something, you need to repeat it about 500 times. Okay. So when we're talking about sales, you need to go through your sales script or process or whatever it is, whether you like to follow script word for word, or you like to just more have a framework to stick to, but then let the conversation dictate how that goes, but then stick to the framework. That's what I like personally. You have to practice it a minimum of 500 times in order for it to sound natural. Okay. And the best part about that is you get to decide how fast that 500 times happens. You can go and role play with people and get that knocked out in a week, or you can have it take 5 years to get that 500 times done by literally only practicing your sales when you're on the phone with a business owner. But I would also submit that that's not going to happen. You're not even going to get to number 500 if you aren't practicing outside of your sales calls. You have to be practicing outside of your sales calls. Okay. If you want to get in with a group of people who practices their sales pitch on a regular basis, click the link in the description below and you'll join our Facebook group. Okay. Because we do our sales scripts and we role play with each other, and so that we can overcome objections and everything over and over and over again so that we get good at selling. Okay. Here's a couple of sales tips for you. A little bonus here. All right. You need to know the difference between convincing and persuading. Again, go watch that video that I put out about sales and it'll explain this. But in a nutshell, convincing is trying to get your prospect to do something that you want them to do, the salesperson, for your reasons, the salesperson's reasons. That's not what we want to be doing. You want to be persuading people, which is you're getting the prospect to do something they already want to do for their own reasons. All you're doing is guiding them through the process and showing them how the value that you have is exactly what they need for the decision they already want to make for their own reasons. And that's it. That's persuasion. If you hate sales, Just know the difference between those two. I guarantee you'll like it more. People don't buy features and benefits, they buy solutions and results. Stop pitching features and benefits. Nobody cares about how you generate the leads. Nobody cares about if it comes from a GMB or if it comes from a website or wherever. Okay. Nobody cares about that. What they care about is the solutions, the results. Can you make my phone ring with qualified, quality customers or not? And that is the name of the game. Okay. You're not a digital marketing agency, you're a digital results agency. Okay. You get paid for results. Your reputational currency comes from your ability to get results for other people, whether you're an employee or you're a business owner serving clients. Okay. There are 4 reasons why people buy: pain in the present, pain in the future, gain in the present, or gain in the future. And the most powerful of those 4 is pain in the present. So you need to do something to uncover that pain and use that pain and show how you can help them overcome that pain. Again, go watch my other video on sales tips. It'll show you exactly step by step how to do this. Okay. We have idea receptors in our brain. Okay. Use them to persuade your prospects. Okay. The top 3 idea receptors in our brains is we pay a heck of a lot more attention to threats than we do of anything else. And then the next one down is rewards. And usually that comes from showing that we can do something that's 2 times better or 2 times faster or 2 times more efficient or whatever. So if you're going to show somebody a solution or result that you can get them, show them the reward. But first, the number one thing that our brains pay attention to is threats. So if you're needing to captivate an audience, show them the downside of what's going to happen from not taking action, and they will pay attention to your presentation. The last one is fairness. People don't want to feel like they got taken advantage of. They want to feel like it's fair or that they got the better end of the deal. That's pretty self-explanatory, but for some reason, some people just don't understand that. Okay. And the number 4 mistake that people make in Rank and Rent digital real estate at the very beginning is the fear that comes from owning your own business. You're now a business owner. You're stepping into the world of entrepreneurship. Okay. And the next level of your life is on the other side of that thing that you fear most. Okay. Most of the time, you are 3 feet from gold. You are so close. And we let our fear and anxiety and whatever get in the way of us reaching that vein of gold that's going to make all the difference in our life. So just remember that the next time you're scared to do something, that is your brain telling you that is the exact thing that you need to be doing, and that your next level in life is on the other side of that fear. Okay. So if you're a beginner, again, feel free to join our Facebook group where we teach you these things on a regular basis and where we dive in and I can help you. I've got a link to one-on-one coaching completely free. If you need help getting your business started, I've got tons of people in my free group consuming my free content that are making money without even buying anything paid from me. No masterminds, no courses, no one-on-one full-time coaching or anything like that. They are making money for free. Join the Facebook group, click the link below, and I'll see you in there. And I hope you enjoyed this video.